Do you feel overwhelmed by the amount of mess in your house? And is it just the mess, or do you just feel overwhelmed by many aspects of your life? Many say that a messy house means a messy brain, that if you clean your house, it'll help clear out your brain. But is that what you actually want? Why is it that every time you put in the effort to clean your house, it goes right back to the mess? Maybe because that's where it belongs. Yes, a clean house can help clear your mind. But is clearing your mind maybe just too painful? Maybe the pain when it's inside of mess just kind of gets mixed in. And that's your way of just hiding that pain and not noticing it. So what do you do in this situation where you want a clean house, but your state of being just doesn't allow for it? I have a really messy house and I'm on a clean house journey, and I want to take you along with me. If I can do it, you can do it. Many times I've noticed that whenever I would clean my space, it would actually feel uncomfortable. Like, it's a really odd sort of uncomfortable feeling. Have you ever felt that way? It seems almost as if you become comfortable with the mess around you, but at the same time, the mess is overwhelming. So how do you get out of this kind of situation where you are comfortable being in the mess, but then the mess is still hurting you? So even when we clean our house, it goes back to being messy because that feels familiar. That is our home. That is our normal. So essentially, you might not be ready for a clean house. And that's why you keep trying to clean, and then it keeps going back to the mess. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take baby steps. We're going to allow our minds, our bodies, our presence to slowly and slowly get comfortable with the cleanness. Cleanliness. But along the way, we're also going to take care of our mental health. Because as your space clears out, it opens up your mind. So it might open your mind up to that pain that you've been hiding. It's very important that as you go on your cleaning journey, you also take care of your mind and your emotions and your body, because they're all interconnected. But the most interesting thing is that even taking baby steps is uncomfortable. I know that I want instant results. The idea that, I'm going to take months and months to get my house into the way that I want it to be, it's uncomfortable. Like, I want instant results. I just want the house to be clean like this. But from past experience, I know that if I do that, it's just gonna go back to being the way it was before. So as uncomfortable as taking those small steps will feel, they are very important, extremely important. Change itself can be overwhelming, whether it's a good change or a bad change. I mean, obviously, when you think of a bad change, you think of its negative impact on you. But even good change can have a negative impact. It's too much and it can become overwhelming. So you don't want to go from a messy house to, boom, a clean house in one weekend. Even if you do that, because that change is so overwhelming, somehow your brain, your body, it just kind of brings it back to the messy place. Now, if you're really struggling with your mental health, getting your house in order can feel almost impossible. Like, just about a week ago, I didn't want to do anything but lay around in bed, watch Netflix or read books, basically escape from my life. But then things luckily changed in my life that helped me get out of that state. So if you're in that state, the first step is to figure out what is that one big thing that is like a big burden on you, that is making you be stuck in this sort of burned out place. Now, whatever I say, this is just based on my own experience. I'm not a therapist. I don't have any psychology education, a traditional education. I do read a lot of books, watch a lot of videos, and I try to implement all of that information into my life. That is why I want to take you guys along with me on my journey instead of just someone sitting here on YouTube telling you what to do. A lot of people who have a clean house have already went through the journey many, many years ago. And sometimes watching their videos feels a little foreign. Like there's a sense of disconnection there because they've already passed the big mountain. They're on the other side. Now, I have already started on my cleaning journey. I came up with a plan for myself of baby steps, and I started it a couple of weeks ago, and I can already see the progress. But I am so tempted to keep going when I start the cleaning to just finish it, but I stop myself and I allow myself to feel, am I starting to feel uncomfortable with the cleanliness? And I just stop. So right now, like my living room, my kitchen, my dining room area, they've come to a place where if someone walks in, I'm not going to be horrified, but it's still a pretty messy space. So it's not a huge change for me at this time. So basically, I'm going to allow myself to live in the mess, but chip away at it slowly and slowly. Kind of like you're chipping away at a sculpture. And as you chip away at your sculpture, you are creating something. You are creating your home, your new home. And the cool thing about chipping away at this sculpture is you should not have a picture in mind. Instead of having a picture in mind, that's the kind of sculpture I want. You want it to be an expression, kind of like modern art. You just work at it slowly and slowly, and then look at its beauty once it's done. I know that you really want a clean house. It has been my lifelong dream to have a clean house. I'm 40 years old and I have not been able to achieve it. But I feel confident and optimistic that we are going to be able to do this because I'm adopting a completely new approach. And we can do it together. If we fail together. Imagine there's a classroom full of students that all fail. What does that mean? It basically ends with a whole class of students that learned something. You failed, but you still learned what you learned in class. So even if we fail together, we would have still made progress. And that is amazing. I'm going to share my step-by-step plan with you in my next video. I want that video to be focused on the steps. And along with the baby steps that we're going to take, we're also going to allow time to relax and take care of our mental health in whichever way it means for you. The way that I take care of my mental health might be different from the way that you can take care of yours. But we're going to allocate time to cleaning, but we're also going to allocate time to relaxing, and we're going to allocate time to doing something creative, because doing something creative gives you energy. So if you are feeling energyless and burnt out, doing something creative can help you get out of that. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to sharing my step-by-step plan for a clean house journey. I hope you stick around and hit that bell notification so you get notified when I upload that video. Thank you. Bye.